And I really thought I had just a minute ago. I was like, oh, I'm all caught up. Wow, I could have maybe even went live like right at noon like I planned to. I didn't need to schedule for 12:15. And then my dad's wife, my mother, whatever you want to call her, she called and she messaged me, and she's very excited about the fall over Montana. She's like, this might have fell in my backyard. Let me know. Okay. So I had to message her back really quick before I got started. And as you can imagine, everything's just been blowing up over here. Everybody, I've been blowing people up. They've been blowing me up. So it's an interesting day on the prairie today. So welcome, Karen. And the best part of waking up is drinking from your ozone cup. Cheers, everybody. And welcome, Chubby Hubby and Jennifer and Soul. I see sneaking in there. Right on. Welcome, everybody. And Rufo's here. Yeah, well, check us out later, Rufo, and remember to act your wage at work today. Hi, Cindy. Cindy, check your cameras. Did you see anything? Do you have any cameras, Cindy? Oh, so the thumbnail, excuse me, I had a small dog hair in my mouth. I'm at work. Okay, well, check this later and check your cameras later. Message me, let me know what you know. The thumbnail on today's video was a screenshot of a Doppler event that happened. There was a meteorite that entered over southern Alberta and traveling south over into Montana. It was, like I say, captured on Doppler weather data, and that was the screenshot for today's live event. So Doppler's really cool. That's a really good indication that this was a big enough event to maybe go chase. And of course, as soon as everybody got up and had time to check their security cameras and submit their dash cam info and stuff, and the news reported it and things like that, there is just all kinds of footage. And there is some really good shots of it that are far enough back you can see. My camera caught it too, by the way, guys. And all you can see is just daylight, and then no. That's all you can see, because it's just over the edge of my house. It would be on that side of my house. So, but there are some video where you're backed up far enough to actually see it, and you can see detonation, and you can see a piece that keeps going through a little bit more of we call it dark flight when they stop burning. So there's a detonation, and then there's like a secondary burning flight, and then it goes into what we call dark flight after that in the video. That's what I see in the video. So that looks very promising for putting rocks on the ground. So with those two things in mind, we've got weather data reports on it, we've got video reports, and we've got all kinds of eyewitness reports. The next thing I'm gonna go searching for is I'm gonna hit the AMS. The reports will probably be pending for quite a minute as they accumulate their data and put together their report. But you can go through pending reports on the AMS. And you can look at what people say, and I want to know, did anybody hear a sonic boom associated with this event? That's gonna be a marker for me. Where did people hear a sonic boom? That's where detonation happened. If there was no sonic boom, then we're back to kind of square one to just do a visual triangulation of the video and to take the weather data that we have. So it's going to be west of me somewhere is all I know right now. Southwest, since I'm right on the border, and it definitely traveled beyond the Montana border. So, and Moss here, welcome. So I'm spazzing out, so are all of my friends. Here's some interesting news too. It was a very active night in the sky last night. Apparently there was a fireball over Pennsylvania as well. I've just heard of it from my friends who do this professionally. And I'm gonna be a little bit tight-lipped about that kind of stuff for now. And just because it's what they do for a living, and they are good at what they do, And so they do it in a way that they can be the first on the ground, right? So if I'm out hunting for this thing later, you guys, because of what we know, then great. But I'm not going to be too flamboyant about who I'm talking to and what we've said. There's not really anything to mention other than we'll wait and see. So and comments from some of my other professional friends like that looks promising. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, and if anything, we'll take you guys along for the ride. It's a pretty busy week for me. I have a dentist appointment on Friday. That tooth has been killing me, since what, Sunday? And it still is yelling at me pretty loud. So we're gonna get to the dentist on Friday, and then Saturday we have a service for that young man here in our community. So I've got a pretty busy weekend, but it might take that long or longer to get all of the data compiled and to find out where this thing hit. Everybody keeps mentioning Marshall Mountain outside of Missoula. It landed on Marshall Mountain. It landed on Marshall Mountain. Speculated, not confirmed. It landed on Marshall Mountain. Okay, why does everybody think that? I don't know. I can neither confirm nor deny that it landed anywhere near Marshall Mountain. I think that is rumor. And I think that I'm definitely not going to jump in my truck and drive to Marshall Mountain until I have a little bit more confirmation than we saw it hit Marshall Mountain. We saw it, I beg to differ. So I'm hanging tight for just a minute to see what, let's be patient. Let's find out where we're going before we go there. I do have a lot of family and friends down there. So man, if I get any kind of info that says we should be looking at X marks the spot, I'll pack a lunch and we'll all get together and we'll all go out together and we'll look. So we'll see what happens. Oh, thanks, Karen. You growing Friday too? We'll all be thinking of you there. And yes, we are getting ready to peak for the Leonids meteor shower. So yeah, it's been active. I mean, but that was more than just a little meteor, like I say, it lit the sky up. It was reported in 5-6 different states and a couple different provinces. So it was a big event, a really big event. And like I say, we can see some detonation and some secondary burn in the videos that were captured from a little farther back. So I'm excited. I know absolutely nothing about the Pennsylvania fall. Like I say, I haven't even had time to even think about that. I'm just like, what's going on here? Everybody I know is like, hey, we know you'd be interested in this. Did you see this? Did you see that? So I had a really busy morning on social media. But by all means, if you guys have any kind of information on it that you think I should know, please share. So that being said, we'll try to quit geeking out about that for just a minute. Yeah, I'm excited for the meteor shower, but yeah, that was super exciting. We'll see what happens. So I do want to update my display case as well. I've got some rocks here from Lisa and some from Soul, and I want to get them in the case. Sorry, my ear is also bothering me. I apologize. I needed to touch it. I've got some stuff I want to get in there. So, hey, Cynthia, welcome to the show. I picked out this slab that Soul sent me, and I'm going to use it as a shelf in the case to put some of her stuff on. And I want to go back through my slabs, and Brother's got some here too, and see if I can find any more that are appropriate to make a little shelf out of. Where's Brother's Rocks? He's not here to stop me from borrowing his slabs, so let me see if he's got anything that'll fit. Truth be told, I might have to cut a piece or something. You never know. Well, I don't hate the idea of that. It would kick things back just a little. Let's see, what about... That's kind of not bad. He's not going to use it. He thinks he will, but he probably won't. And if he thinks he will, he can go put something else in the case and take that out of there. That's, maybe. All right. Let me go grab mine really quick. Hey, pretty dog. Oh, I'm not quite done geeking out about the meteorite just yet. James, welcome. My significant other's boss saw it on his way into work. And so they're offering me his firsthand account, his firsthand regalement of his experience this morning. And I'm like, yeah, definitely. I totally want to hear what he has to say. Like, where were you? What direction were you facing? You know, all of that stuff. So I'm finding actually some stuff here that will make great shelves. In fact, we might have to pick and choose which one we use. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Ooh. Oh, that would make the sickest shelf. It might be just a smidge too wide. I'll put that aside for just a second. Also, that would make a sick shelf, right? But I think it's just a smidge bit too big for the case. The words today, guys. I'm having an issue with the words today. Never mind me. I swear it's not my first day. Let's see. And then also an update. I put Souls rocks that she sent that would go in the tumbler. And also 2 that Rocky Mountain Bear sent me went in the tumbler. So they will finish their first week tonight, tomorrow, whenever I get around to it. Probably tomorrow. And another load, the other barrel finishes tonight, tomorrow, whenever I get around to it. That would be maybe a good one. I don't know if that one's too thick either. That's right on the edge. So we're getting ready to load another one and we'll get another peek at some rocks coming out. I do have some stuff that did just come out too when I put Souls rocks in. So we'll look at those too before we get over in the case. Okay, I think for the most part, that's going to be what looks like what will fit. That would be a sick effing shelf. Will that fit? Okay. So here's kind of what I'm thinking to help me display Lisa and Soul's stuff. Most of the stuff that I put on display from Bear, I put up on this big shelf up here in front of me, but this one would be cool. So would this one. But these 2 both, I am concerned, are just a bit too wide because once they're in there, they've got to be able to make all of the turn. So I only get about, you know, I mean, they're kind of pushing it. Luckily, we do have a couple, like, this one also is kind of pushing it, but how rad of a shelf would that make? Did I say hi to Cynthia when she came in? I think I did. And hi to James, yes. Okay. Yep, and we'll see you, Rufo. Have a good afternoon. Oh, that would be so cool. I really want that to fit in there. I don't know if it will. I've got a big chunk of tortilla. And I'm really pretty sure that that will fit. That's looking like it would be the perfect shelf. A slab to show some, yeah, exactly. Ozone's drooling. This would make a sick shelf. Someone drew a heart on that one, and it wasn't me. I bought it like that, but that would make a sick shelf. Thanks, Jennifer. They are pretty, aren't they? James, you rock. And some smaller options just in case some of those aren't fitting. Here's a little pet wood and a really pretty agate. It honestly, I think it might be a buddy too. Yeah, maybe not. I was gonna say, are they buddies? But maybe big. And then that first one that I pulled out of Brothers would also make a really spectacular little shelf. Just about the right size. Slobber shelf. So I'm gonna set those aside for just a second, and I am gonna go back to put the old slab box away. These are my keepers. These are mine. I have many slabs. There are many slabs. Many that are like these, but these ones are mine. And let's find the tumbles that I just did. My house is such a mess. That's also getting updated. We are going to update this catastrophe. Do a little fall cleanup. Okay, so some of you got to join me on some spontaneous members only live I did the other night. Oh, yeah, James, and I'm glad that Ozone helped you out there. You know, the miniature Alaska. All right, let's get you guys into the old John Saucer Hunter tripod-o-moto here. Okie dokie. Sorry about swinging you around a little bit. So, like I say, we did some rocks out of the tumbler. Here are a few of my local rocks that got put in. Sorry about the glass bowl noise over here. There's another one of the blue, I'm sure. Get them in here. What's hubby saying that's funny? There are many like it, but this one is mine. Without my slab, I am nothing. Without me, my slab is nothing. Okay, moving on. Yep, we're gonna stop there. Let's see how many more of these are local. That one, that one, that one, that one. I think the rest of those are other rocks. Okay, so now drop and give me 20 slabs. You can't handle that slab. Oh, you guys are great. So I think that this is a chert, a banded chert, and I honestly really loved the play of color in there. There's some pinks, there's some blues, there's some grays, there's some yellows. You know, kind of encapsulates the Prairie Girl Rocks theme song. Pink one and a green. Oh, missing green. And a blue one and a yellow one. We could say gray instead of green. but that tumbled up real nice. I loved this piece in particular because of the red on it. I loved those little red spots. And then when we were doing the surprise live the other day, we noticed that there was a friend in here. Let's see if we can find him. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little closer peek. My poor dirty fingers and my haggard fingernails. I think there's several friends in there. I think there might be a friend there and another one there. Ah, that's the one we were seeing, though, is that guy right there. Yeah, like I say, I was impressed before I tumbled this with the little red ends. I was like, oh, that's cute. But that's actually a pretty cool little prairie rock, if I do say so myself. These I also think are chert. I kind of like how they push that blue boundary just a little bit. No tumbles complete without a pet wood. Okay, maybe I could tumble without a pet wood. This little piece fell off of a bigger piece that we'll look at in a minute. Here's just a little prairie rock of some kind. And again, just a little prairie rock of some kind. I like the yellow ones sometimes. Here's a little cutie, patootie, little prairie rock. And we found and cut and polished a couple of little petwoods. Like I say, I think that little piece, where'd he go? I'm pretty sure he was in there somewhere when things got started. Maybe that way, for sure. He was in there when things got started, but he didn't make it. So, but these actually took a nice shine. Quite a busy piece. Lots of fun. Meat pie, welcome. And then this is some of my favorite material to find out here. It's like a brecciated jasper, or a brecciated, however you want to say it. I don't find a whole heck of a lot of it. I have found, and I should probably show you guys this. It's actually really cool. Give me just a second. One really big one, and I should send it through the chopper. My goodness, it might actually be too big for my, nah, if I laid her on there sideways, we could take a chop at it. Okay, this sits on the floor, like over in the corner. So there are definitely some dust and cooties and things on it, but let me show you this honker. Look. Same stuff. But here's like the biggest chunk of this I've ever found. I mean, we just know that this is gonna be so beautiful inside, right? A couple of little Klingons. Patricia, welcome. Ryan's here. there's just parts of this, like I say, you know this is going to be darn pretty inside. That it's going to look a lot like this when it's all said and done. But yeah, that is by far the biggest, chonkiest, most mahoosive piece of that I've ever found. Probably will ever find. And I'm a big old chicken about sticking it through the saw. I should, though, because I bet it'll be pretty. And someday I probably will. In the meantime, back to the show. Whoops, let's not do the chat thing and the thing and the thing when I'm trying to do the Zooms. So yeah, I find this out here once in a while. I deeply get excited and tickled when I do find it. I'm like, yay! It's so because I love it. I think it's beautiful. But we did some other stuff. We did some rocks that came out of, look, floor cooties. We did some rocks that came out of the Canada auction stuff. This one's really cool. The druzy inside of there is red. Let's see if we can get it to do druzy things for you. We're getting it in here. Ah, there it is. I'm seeing it sparkle in the red. A little bit. What did you miss? We looked at something of mine that should go in the saw that'll turn out like this. This is stuff I find out here once in a while. And I got a big old chunk of it. So now we're moving back on to what I pulled out of the tumbler this last week. And this is stuff I got from Canada. Well, from the Canada auction. So who knows where it came from. I'm not saying it's Canadian material. I'm just saying it came from that sale. But yeah, it's cool. It's got all kinds of, I love the contrast, the red greens, and then the little druzy pockets, agate bands. That one's kind of shaped like a little heart. Here's the other piece. So much sparkle down in there. That we just don't see because the light's on the wrong side. It's all right. Oh, the color down in here too, just really cool. Yeah, pretty stuff. We did a couple of rough Montana agates that I pulled out of the Sherman stuff. This one's fun. I love that. That's so cool. So fun. You see this little dendrites peeking through. Kept just a little bit of that opal staining on it. More dendrites peeking through. There's some banding in there. Some waterline in there. Pretty little pattern right there. Heck of a little piece. Got this little guy. And a little jelly bean. Got this guy. So pretty. Yeah, and Ryan pointed out too that there is a premiere video right after this. We'll do that at 1:30 my times, 12:45 my time right now, where me and Dog go find some stuff. She finds a mud hole. I actually cuss at her and call her bad names. I love her very much, but oh man, right when we got back to the truck, she found the muddiest mud hole there was. She's got a thing for that. And then we talked about if this was Ryan's rock or Andrew's rock. I don't remember, but there's a couple of little ends of finished pieces of that. So yeah, if you've got small children watching the program today, you should probably cover their ears at the end, because I think I call her about 3 different cuss words in the video. And then, excuse me just a second. Ooh, I had a little something in my throat all of a sudden. This one was Moss Rock. I love this little piece. Love that piece. And this one was Rogers Rock. I actually really like the little pattern in the agate, like outside. Like, never mind that little bit in there. Look at that pattern that pops when you polish these with the tumbler. Oh, you're right, Ma. Yours is actually in the saw right now. Whose rock was this? I don't remember. Yours is in the saw right now, Ma. And I'm thinking I'm going to make little coin slices out of it. I wonder whose that was. I can't remember now. Anyway, moving on. They're beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is pretty. It is pretty. Here's a piece off that first one we looked at. Ah, thanks for hanging with us for a second, Cindy. Good to see you. It's like looking into a pond or something. And then you flip it over and it's like, oh, would you like a little like scenic picture with some neat little dendrite splash over here? With some quartz druzy in the middle? Would you like all of that? Boom. Nice rock. And then these. Compared to the catastrophe we had on Rufo's live, where that poor fractured agate that I was cutting was breaking into 5 and 6 pieces. Look at that pattern on that edge in that reflection right now. Holy cow. Look at that. Beautiful pattern. Oh my goodness, across the bottom now. Here we go. Oh. You know, I haven't checked this for iris now that I've got it out of the tumbler. I don't really have great light for doing it either, but sweet. I was actually really thinking I should do some wire wrapping today too. In fact, I wondered if we would do some on the show today, but we'll see. Probably not. Oh, I love that. Little dendrites down on the bottoms, and then all of that beautiful lacy pattern, like 2 quartz pockets, one here, one there. Yeah, the fractures did make pretty little pieces on Rufo's live the other day, and it'll be great. We'll work with them, but in stark contrast from that to this. Oh, there's some more pattern there in the middle. Look at all the little zigzaggy lines there in the middle. Super cool. I cut this piece just a little bit thicker. That little flower down there. And then that one real thin. I love it. Looks like a little chain. Yeah, that one turned out super nice. I'm quite pleased with that one. Quite pleased indeed. There's the lava bison now. One of the first to get in touch with me this morning and say, hey, did you know that a meteorite fell right over Montana last night and you should probably get on it and find out where it's at and where are we going? Are we going to go hunt it? Are we going to go hunt it? When are we going hunting it? All right, we'll drop those back in the dish for now. Update 2. I have another update, by the way. Update. The Emporium is so close to opening. She's got all of her floors and walls and doors and everything done, and she's moved in some soda machines. And when I was there yesterday, they were setting up a water filtration system so they could have nice, clean, fresh, super awesome water for their coffee maker. Our water is pretty hard on coffee makers around here, and so filtering it first kind of helps that. Plus, it just tastes better. Hey, Josh. So I did take like a whole bunch of my merch down to the Emporium yesterday. I didn't take it all because I want to have some of it here. I know. And I actually told her, like, I actually said maybe we would come down today for a tour. And she said, oh, dear gosh, no, please wait till it looks a little nicer. So I agreed to that. I said, okay, I'll wait till it looks a little nicer. I don't know how much nicer she wants it to look, but I'll at least get my stuff set up maybe before we go in. But it's so close. And she gave me a shelf with a window, and so we can put things in the window that'll catch beautiful sunlight. Boom, and so I do have to go, and I'm done here with you guys today down there and work on that a little bit. Again, I want to go chase this fireball, but also I want to know where it went before I go on a wild goose chase. So, yeah. Update. I took merch to the Emporium, to the Porcupine Emporium yesterday. I dropped it off and visited with her about how we should price things. Because I want everything to, flow and I don't want my price tags to be bright orange when every other one in the store is white. You know what I mean? I kind of want to go with the flow. How is she handling her price tags? Things like that. So that we kind of feel like a neat put together little unit in her professional store. So we'll work on that a little more later today. But in the meantime, I want to find, there it is. I'll bring you guys a little closer over to the display case, and we'll get a couple of these slabs set in here so that we can put some of these really cool gifts that I've been sent lately up into the display case where they deserve to be. Hopefully I've been on the charger long enough to grab a little bit of charge to come over here and do this, and hopefully moving you around the house doesn't mean that we glitch and All right, that's not terrible for the time being. I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer here in just a second too. Try not to blind you with that one light. It might happen a little bit. Okay, so this side is meteorites. This side is meteorites. Also, I want to drop some things back in here now that I have it open. Oh, we got one there. We're good to go. Put the miso over here at the mesos. And scale cubes. I thought they were up here. Oh, they're over here. I had my scale cubes out the other day making a video for the Topher Spin channel. If you're not checking them out, you should be. So we'll put the scale cubes back in the case. That's where I keep them so that I don't lose them. And I think that's all I needed to put in there for now. I do have some other... Oh, this one needs to go back in here. He goes up here. Okie doke. I am still missing a meteorite. I hate to say that, but I am. I'm missing one of the first ones I ever bought. This stone has a brother or a sister or whatever, and he usually hangs out over here. I don't know where it went. We'll find it. Like I say, we're way past due to get cleaned up here and get some of this stuff right. Okay, so here is kind of where we're at over here. We'll grab a couple of these pegs. And we'll try to decide. There was one I thought was leaning pretty hard earlier. Was it this one? Probably has to be skinny enough to fit. That's fine. We'll leave it alone. Oh, let's see. We're going to give these girls some shelf up here. Let's take these down real quick. Me and Bear halved this rock, I think. All right, we'll scoot this one over. And we'll bring this one this way. Let's see, that's got a lip on it. Let's flip it over. Okay, put these back in here. Very nice. Okay, we've got one shelf ready. Let's go ahead and slip another one in here. Ooh, that's a tight one. That's all right. We like them nice and tight. And let's grab a slab stuff. Okay. So Soul sent this one. And I think that that's a perfect piece to slip right in here. Absolutely is. I love that piece in there. I love that in there. And then we have this other spot here where we're going to put some of Lisa's things. Since we're still up high, I think I'll stick with a couple of these smaller slabs. Like maybe we could use one of these wider ones like way down here, but it kind of stops the flow of light if I make them too big. But that's the biggest one I have in my hand right now that fits in there, and I actually really like that. So let me show you guys how that looks. Ooh, we're all zoomed. There we go. So starting up at the top here, I've got some special rocks to me for, you know, special reasons. We've got a pseudo meteorite. That is not a meteorite, although it looks exactly like some of the mesositerites that I have on the other side. That is some boop boop be doop All three of those are, come on, help with the word. Holy cow. Herkimer diamonds? Holy cow. That was hard for me. And then, like I say, I bought this rock from Rufo. He was doing a thing with Gene, and I cut it and gave half of it to Bear. And so here we are. This is the rock that Soul sent, and we're going to use it as this shelf. And then the Turritilla rock here. As we move down, we've got a pet wood shelf with some dino bone on it. This dino bone's actually really cool. So I haven't decided what to do with that yet. And then some other rocks that are important to me for other reasons. A couple of my favorite petwood finds, Cadence Grandpa's sapphires. Those are not mine. And then usually that tiny little bottle sits right there. That's the tiny little rocks that Rufo sent me. I love those. But I took that tiny little bottle out and put it in the Shake-O-Matic the other day and got it even cleaner. And then, of course, we found the little pig and the camel out on our prairie adventures. So there they are hanging out on the shelf. So we have some room to expand still here. There's still a little bit more room here and there and everywhere for more things to go in there. So we're not hurt. And we still have like most of the other side, which I usually use for jewelry and that kind of thing, but that could definitely change. So let's grab a few of these things that we would like to keep in the display case for now. Okay, for now, that's a good grab. I need to put that. And then we just come on over here, Red Rover, and decide how we want to do this. Ooh, I was gonna say that's in there, but I don't know if I trust it. Okay, that's better. I don't dislike that as much. Ooh, I actually like that hangs over because we can see through it better. Okay, one more load and I'll be right back. Hey Jeff, welcome. See, something like this. I thought that looked really cute up there, so we went ahead and put him up there. I'm going to add some labels to some of this stuff too so that I remember, keep it straight. There's our soul shelf. I've got some of that peacock ore that she sent me. It's just tucked back there just for safekeeping. And then I put, like I say, she sent me this really neat like piece of common opal that I really liked, and then a piece of AZ Rock Hunting Adventure stuff. Then we moved down here to the Lisa shelf. Everything looking really pretty on there. The Larimar, the Emerald, the Aqua, the Morganite, the Tourmaline, everything. Everything on there looking super sassy. Everything looking super sassy. So, we just keep going and going and going. Like I say. There's a little bit more room left in there still. And then, of course, too, I'm going to swing you guys around. Try not to get you too sick. Boop, 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 boop. There's other display up here. A lot of this is stuff that I've found, you know. A lot of this is my local stuff that I love. But a lot of this is stuff like this one. This is the one that Bear sent, and I was thinking about sticking it through the choppa the other night. I was also thinking about sticking this one through the choppa the other night. So those actually usually live up on that shelf right there, and we'll put them back up there if we decide not to chop them. I also am going to put this slab that Soul sent. We're not getting good video of it this direction. I'm also going to put this in the display case, just so that it stays clean and doesn't get broke. But for now, it's just kind of hanging out up here so I can look at it and love it. A couple of Bear's rocks that he had polished and sent. So, oh, and then I forgot too, up here, there's rocks that the Jeffs have sent, and there's like a little bottle of like UV stuff that Rufo sent, and so, excuse me. So there's lots of really cool places that stuff gets put for display. One way or another, we get them displayed. I'm gonna actually just go ahead and put this one in there so that nothing happens to it. Let's go back around. Sorry about the awkward view. So we're gonna grab just 2 more of these pegs. If anybody's got a 3D printer and wants to print me some more of these, and I just grab 2 more of these pegs and slide them into place. I'm gonna set that up there for now. Oh, you know, like we could put it just about right here, you know, front and center. So we just slide them in there, and then we take our rock. Decide how you want it displayed. Definitely that way out somehow. So I like kind of like at an angle a little bit. Mm-hmm. So ta-da. That really rounds things off. That looks really nice in there. Updating the display cabinet, ladies and gentlemen. And then we can give her a little spin too so that she's sitting super pretty in the light. However we like it. We could leave it at a little cockeyed angle there. A little kitty wampus angle if we wanted to. Or we could give her a little more spin. Could leave it straight. Or we could bring it even more around, put it right about there. So now we can see meteorites on this side, meteorites on this side, and a nice display of earth rocks on that side. Give it just a little bit more spin so we could see the meteorites just a little better. There we go. So when you're walking in, ooh, you see Shoto Palisite right off the bat. You see the mossy, beautiful, beautiful meteorites right off the bat. And as you come around the corner, all that shiny Herkimer. Very nice. Very nice. I like a lot how that turned out. I'm gonna put the big rock back under the jar too. Come on, get in there. Oh my goodness, that's hard to do with one hand. Come on, get in there. I win. Ha. I win. Oh, and then there's this too. Look, Bear's coconuts. We'll have to step around the big base real quick. And Rufo sent me that shell and maybe even the rocks inside. I don't remember. I can't get close enough to see right off the bat. But yeah, you could be added to that display too if you're a beautiful rock. So there, we update the display a little bit. Like I've got more stuff too that I need to get in there, but when it starts piling up like that, I'm like, ooh, I've got some more meteorite stuff too that I need to add in there, but that's getting trickier and trickier because if you guys have noticed, the meteorite side's getting a little densely populated. It's getting harder and harder to eke a buddy in. And thank you, Lava Bison. In fact, I do believe that that deserves a shake of the old lemon. Gotta run, but I'll be in touch to find out what days I'm taking off to go meteorite hunting, he says. Oh, yeah, let's hope. Let's hope we can get some good confirmation on that and really do put some boots on the ground and maybe find something. Montana's due for a new meteorite find in a big way. Like it's been a lot of years since, I mean, we see them fall here all the time. And in fact, there was another one that I got very excited about, much like this. And so you learn really quickly when you run into examples like this to don't get your hopes too high too fast. I did, and this is the lesson I learned. So the last one that we had over Montana is as exciting. I need a gong. Actually, I've taken a wood shim and gonged the big blade before. Ding, ding, ding. But yeah, I've got the band. I don't know, my drummer brought Maraca fruit for us all one time, and that lemon's been sitting over there waiting for a shake. I don't know why our drummer brought us all Maraca fruit. There was an apple, a lemon, a banana. We gave a few of them to little kids, but I brought the lemon. Anyway, there was a big fall just, I want to say maybe 5 months ago in Montana. It definitely fell in Montana. And I got really excited, and my mom did too. My mom's like, let's go. She's all about an outdoor adventure. And the more I got into like where it might have fallen, like there's no doubt it fell in the national forest. Like it would have had to go 200 miles in any direction to have not. I mean, it couldn't have bullseyed more right into the national forest. There's such a slim chance that, excuse me, that it landed anywhere but there. And so I was like, oh, we cannot go into a national forest and take meteorites without a permit. And getting such permit, you know, no, not for me. So this one, I got in touch with, like I say, some of my more professional friends first thing this morning. Excuse me. Apologize for that. And they're like, we'll see. Now that's a really realistic. And one of the things I said too is hopefully not in a national forest this time. You know what would be even worse is if it flew over Montana and went and landed in a national park up in Canada. That would be even harder to get the paperwork to get it out of there, you know? So there are some places that are just no-go zones. Unless science decides they want to collect it for scientific study, that's the only way you get the paperwork to get them off of national parks and things like that, out of national forests, things like that. So it does look like if this one, if it put rocks on the ground, which it looks really convincing, looks promising. If it did, it actually looks like it cleared the national parks and national forests and might have actually landed on some reasonably huntable ground. So, but yeah, I got excited and I jumped the gun and was like, let's go. Yeah, no, let's not if it's on a national park. So fingers crossed this one's not, and we can maybe look for it. Maybe even find a piece. Take the Montana total up one. What time is it? I gotta pay attention. Oh, we've got a few more minutes. 10, 11, 12 minutes, something like that, 13 minutes before the premiere starts. Jeff, just so you know, it's going to make that obnoxious intro. I didn't have time to fix it. Like I say, I thought I had an extra, I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready in time. And then I was like, no, I'm not. Let me answer this instant message from my friend, from my dad's wife. And she's like, I live right here. If you need, you know, I'm just right here. I know. I know. And don't worry, we'll use your house as headquarters for hunting grounds if and when we get there, if we need to. Yeah, you're welcome, Jeff. I'm sorry about that. I really do apologize. I just didn't have time to get in and fix it. And I actually debated, do I just put it out and we watch it together, or do I let you guys go ahead and comment? I figured I'd let you guys go ahead and comment. So we'll watch it together and it'll be a premiere so we can chat about it. Like I say, I cuss at my dog too. So if you got small little ears in the vicinity, I think I call her at least 3 different cuss words. So, because she was rotten and got right in the mud. I did get Soul's sticker on the saw the other day. That was fun too. And like I say, I got Ma, and now I'm pretty sure this is Ma's rock. Like, I can't remember whose rock the other one is, but I got Ma's rock in the saw. So I'm thinking, you know, we'll come in here. Let's see if we could get a little straighter at this. We're coming in kind of after where the water line on this starts, and it's kind of not necessarily water line because it makes little loopy-dee-loops, and then this big quartz pocket on top. But I think I'm coming in kind of like at about right after the first loopity-loop. There we go. That's a little better. And then I might be able to get like boom, 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 a couple little like, you know, agate quarters, or maybe more like Susan B. Anthony size chunks out of here. Doot, 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 doot. And then run them down in through the tumbler. And like I say, it should maybe make some little agate coins. They're not quite coral currency, and they're not quite as pretty as what Karen's making with the coral, but I kind of thought some little coin chunks would be fun to get out of that piece. So that's loaded up and ready to go. We'll see if we get it in or not today. I do got to get down to the Emporium and finish setting up and pricing things there, but we've got some watch the video, the mud video first. McCoinmers, yeah, exactly, McCoinmers, yes. You got it, Ryan. Yes, that. And I've had a little high school girl over here helping me out a little bit lately too, which is like, and it's funny because and I think that's dim because the battery's getting ready to die. Hey, let's fix that right now. No, it's not too bad. It's dim because I don't know why. So she came over and I just had her just help me like put some dishes away. They're washed, they're clean, they're dry. Let's just put them away, right? And then we help me get ready for like, hand me that bowl, put this in the microwave. Let's help me make dinner really quick. And let's wash another little, now that we put the clean ones away, let's wash the dishes we used while we made dinner tonight. So I'm a step ahead. I don't have to wash them later. And so she helped out with just some little things like that. And as she was bebopping around, she's like, what's this? And I'm like, oh, that's garnet dirt. And so she picked out some garnets. She rinsed some dirt and picked some garnets. And she was like, dude, I love this. This is like, I can get into this. She's like, at first it just looks like a plate full of gravel, but the more I look at it, they're everywhere in there. And so she was just loving picking those out. And then we took her garnets that she picked out and we put them in the Shake-O-Matic. And we cleaned them up. And what also was in the Shake-O-Matic was that pink Jennifer agate that I cut. And Ma had said out of that little piece with the water, I'm going to go get it too because it cleaned up really nice. The crystals on top did come clean. So there were two little waterline pieces that broke. One that Ma liked and one that the girl that comes to help me likes. And so she was standing in the kitchen holding this piece that she likes. And she was like, oh, this would make such a sick little piece of jewelry. And like, how would you, she was talking about how she would do it. Like, oh, I would just like maybe just drill a hole in it maybe, or I don't know. But she's just loving this little piece, right? Excuse me again. And here's the piece that Ma fell in love with. Like I say, the crystals came really clean in the Shake-O-Matic. I'm quite happy with that. Anyway, I had said to the girl who's here, her name is Vic. So if you ever hear me talk about Vic, well, her name is Victoria, but I call her Vic. And sometimes even Victor. Hey, Victor. You guys ever watch Smoke Signals? Yeah, the quartz in those came so sparkly clean in the Shake-O-Matic. I know, want. In fact, we'll just say claim. Ma claims this one. But yeah, so this girl is, like I say, she is all over. Thankfully, she didn't fall in love with your piece, Ma. She fell in love with the other little piece. And I told her I would teach her how to run the flat lap, that there was absolutely no reason why she couldn't be over here making jewelry. Yeah, they just came real clean. I'm real happy. There's one little piece of kind of darker spots still left in there. But for the most part, they all came real clean. And they're gorgeous. And then Jeff, if you're still here, we cut one of your agates that you sent. And it turned out super stunning also. Yeah, absolutely. Teach her how to run all of my equipment. In fact, she even asked when she was sitting there. Oh, that turned out pretty. Look at the, I don't think I showed that one. She even asked when she was sitting there picking garnets out, don't my kids do this? Don't my kids? Yeah, you sent that one and this one, Jeff. It's a Swazi. Yeah, it could be that. There you go. And it's beautiful, like way beautiful. And I told her, yeah, actually my kids do and have, but that, like, you know, like lots of things, the new kind of wears off and they're like, oh yeah. but when it's to their benefit or to their excitement, they absolutely do get in on this stuff. I told her, you know, I came home from a rock walk one time and Caden was out on the back deck with the tile saw, the actual tile saw, not even the high tech. He had the actual tile saw and was like cutting D&D, Dungeons and Dragons dice, like triangle shapes and hexagonal shapes, and I know from trying to just cut scale cubes, just cut 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter square cubes, I know how hard it is to get the shape you want out of a rock on a tile saw especially. But I'm not joking, you guys. He made some darn good looking dice off of that thing. So yeah, my kids do this, but like I say, when they feel like it, because it doesn't always thrill them anymore. It does sometimes, and they do it, but sometimes the thrill just isn't there for them anymore. But yeah, why not? Why not teach her how? If she wants to make some jewelry, absolutely, I could use the help. She could have some of it. She could keep some of it. She could make some for sale. That'd be great. I've got more than enough material for her to learn to play with. So yeah, definitely, if that's something she's into, we'll get her going. But yeah, it's 1:27, 28, 29, 30. We got 3 minutes to get over to the video if we want to watch the dog get in the mud. Keep me posted. My Canadian friends, my US friends, if you guys hear anything about that meteorite fall here in this side, if you hear anything about the Pennsylvania fall, let me know, because I'm definitely not looking. I'm not paying attention to that one. So if there's exciting news, if they actually find rocks on the ground or anything, do tell. I do want to know. I'm just hyper focused on this one. So yeah, we update the display case. We're going to go update the Emporium later today. We're going to go finish setting up all of the merch that I'm taking down to her. Update on the meteorite, all kinds of stuff updated and talked about. So yeah, cheers. And I think we better sing the song super fast. Pretty rocks out on the prairie. Pretty rocks are everywhere. Pretty rocks for us to look at. Pretty rocks are everywhere. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one. And they all are very pretty. And they all are everywhere. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today and every other Wednesday. I appreciate you guys. Glad you're here. In a world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be kind. We'll see you again soon. See you real soon. Real soon.